Hey guys, welcome back. This is Storm and welcome to episode 157 of our single player Tiveden world. It's a little creepy, isn't it? No pun intended. Well, I don't have my usual player skin at the moment, so we are going a little bit of a stealth action to start off this episode here. We're a floating creeper head. This is the first time I've had a creeper head in the survival world here, so that's pretty cool. Although we'll have to find a better way to get one of these, because doing it by a suicide is probably not the best way to go about doing that. Let's just put some of that back. There we go. Back to the ocean you go. Anyway, so we are starting off the episode here right over by our Guardian farm. So we haven't left this area, and I have been working on this to make a few improvements. So we did a very quick rush job to convert this into an XP farm for us at the end of the last episode, just so we can work on enchanting and repairing tools and armor. And I want to continue doing that. I don't have internet access at the moment, which means I haven't been able to upgrade to the latest Minecraft version, so we're still playing on the 1.14.2 release, and that means I can still do, let's not say exploit, let's just say maximize our enchanting options in this version of the game. Before we go ahead and continue with enchanting, I want to try and improve the look of this area and also maybe the performance. Let's see if we can focus on that a little bit. So one thing I am going to do here, and you can see I'm making some progress, is raising up this lower platform. So this is where we have the Guardians that will come around, swim around, they eventually fall down through these open fence gates, and then we're going to get these guys to funnel down into this channel. So this is an area that I've already raised up. This is what it was originally like on the other side here, and what will happen is these Guardians will come into this water stream down the bottom, and then they'll funnel down to the collection at this end. So a couple of things that I want to improve. One, I want to increase the height that these Guardians fall down, so I can increase the fall damage, and that will allow the sweeping edge sword to have more damage when I attack these guys. So raising up this platform will also mean I can have the height that these guys fall down maximized. And I'm also going to move the collection system from this end to the middle. So I'm going to continue working on this. I have to maximize my potions here. Otherwise we'll have to fight and defend ourselves down here. It's going to be much easier if we continue using a potion of invisibility. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to repeat this side here on this side, and then put down the water. And one thing I will just point out, you might be thinking this is too close to these fence gates, and if these Guardians were to jump up, they'll just start swimming around again. It's actually not the case. I found that when they come down and then into a water stream at this height level, when they get to here, normally they would jump. If there's a normal block here, the Guardians would always just naturally jump for some reason. It's just part of their AI. But for some reason with a stair, they won't jump. They'll just come and slide straight over the top of that. So that's why I've got stairs here. So the water is now in place on both sides. It looks pretty cool to be down here, although very dangerous. In fact, yeah, okay, we don't have long on this potion. Before we start funneling these guys down though, I do want to work on the drop, because it's going to be a lot harder when we have a whole lot of Guardians in this hole. So there's only 3 or 4 in here now at the moment, so this is probably a good time to work on this. And we're just going to figure out which way do we need to dig when we go down. So this direction. So this is the way to the island. So this is the direction I want to dig when we go down. So let's see if we can come down here. 19 seconds. Okay, that was probably a bad idea. Let's just drink a potion, just to be extra safe. And we're going to dig all the way down to pretty much bedrock. Now I want to let these guys out. Let's see if we can do this without killing ourselves here. You see we've got the Guardians out here. They're going to chill out there. It's going to work in our favour. I mean, if I leave this area, they'll despawn out there. But I really just want to have these guys swimming around so they don't disturb us. So come on, buddy. You're going to leave. I don't want any others to come in. Oh, there we go. Push him out. Perfect. Alright. Oh, okay. One extra had to come in. So I've finished digging this main collection system down to bedrock. This is going to give us the maximum fall distance. Ideally, you want a fall distance of 30 blocks for the Guardians, so you can cause the most damage with the sweeping edge sword. But this will do. I think this is going to be 30 levels, or it's either 30 or 29. Close enough though. So what I'm going to do is now try and connect up this area. So this is the original catchment area, and then this is where the future one will be. So maybe we'll put in a staircase to try and connect this top layer up here all the way down. So rather than having a ladder system like this, we'll build in a staircase and make it step all the way down. We'll see if we can do it from here, but I've got a feeling I'm going to have to start it back further. It's a little bit deceiving how much space you need for a normal staircase, so we might have to think about that. But it will basically step down something like this all the way down. And then we should be able to get rid of all of this. None of this will be here anymore. By the way, if you haven't figured out why I'm using these blocks, these don't cause any damage. This is the stonecutter block. I just think it looks cool for a setup like this, and it gives a little bit of a small gap here for where you can swing away with your sword. So yeah, that's really why I'm using that. It's just mainly for looks. So I'll probably do the same setup over here with hoppers underneath, then probably some chests or something on the sides. So what I'm going to do is put in the staircase first, and then make sure we've got enough space for that. And then we'll start figuring out maybe some of the redstone. So we have the staircase now installed. I've had to move it back a fair bit. It's probably going to be a little strange to get into these side rooms, but I think we'll probably change the overall look of this main entranceway here anyway, so it's not going to be a big deal. But coming down here, this is going to be nice. It gives us a little bit of room down here because I'm going to move basically the enchanting setup that we have over here in the storage into this section, in between the staircase and this killing chamber in here. So the idea is we'll be able to stand on here and then swing away, get all our XP that we need. And I thought to do something a bit different, because we've got this kind of exposed area like this. What if we were to just play around with this a little bit and put down some lava, because this will, one, add light sources, two, give us something a little bit unique here. So the flooring is now installed and pretty happy with the outcome. Going to give some light down here, and it's a nice little unique look. And for over here, this is where we're going to have our storage, and can you believe it? In the whole time that I've played this game in my survival world here, I have never created an item sorter. And this is my first time I'm going to be using an item sorter. I know how they work, I know everything about them pretty much, yet I have never used them in my survival world here. The main reason for not doing a lot of redstone like this in the past was because my computer couldn't really handle it, particularly around the main island. When you build a lot of things in a dense area, the game performance does start to suffer. But I have upgraded to a new computer a while back, and we should be all fine to use things like this now. So I'm going to use item sorters. It's a crazy new modern time for me, but I think it'll be all okay. The idea is we'll have the drops from killing these guardians come into this hopper chain, then go up through these droppers, and then moved along through these hoppers and then down through these sorters. So that's how this is going to work. Now there's a lot of junk in here at the moment because I was just building this away and things have fallen into the hoppers. So I'm going to put things in here now. So I need to clear these out. So in fact, that's probably not a good idea to do that because they're going to go into the next hopper. So I need to clear out what's in here, but we should pick one on the end maybe. Yeah, let's just try this one. So I just need to put in a filler, right? Yeah, let's see if I've got this right. And this should just automatically stop at 41, I believe, and then this is basically good to go. Let's just double check that I have remembered everything. Yep, that's working. And that should be sorting things now. So I just need to put all the chests in front of this and basically put in the item we want to sort. There's not that many blocks or drops that you can get from killing the guardians like this, so having a small area like this would be pretty fine. I'll sort the first 4, and then this other one will be just junk, whatever comes out at the end. And I'll be able to have 4 chests, double chests stacked up on the sides here, so we should get plenty of storage down here. And then on this other side, what I'm thinking of doing is putting down an enchanting setup. So let's get rid of our redstone box here. Of course, my inventory is full, so let's offload just a couple of things temporarily. And what I was thinking of doing is I've got some obsidian. Where's my bookshelves? What if we just build something in like this? And I have raised this up because I do have a slab here. Now this is going to be the middle, but it's going to look a strange setup, I think, if this is too low. So what I'll probably do is raise this up. So if I put an obsidian block underneath and make it look a little taller, that means we'll just have to make this whole setup here with the bookshelves a little bit taller as well. That's okay, I think it's just going to look better overall. So I could stop and give you an update, but it is storming, so you know what time that means. It's about time we get some extra heads. So this time around I managed to survive to get all these bob heads. We've got quite a few, so pretty happy with that result. And I also came across my very first illager patrol, so we've got ourselves a banner. I had some milk around here, so that's how I got rid of the bad omen. And that probably does mean we have a village in this direction. That's where we go to get these mob heads. And over there is basically where I've also got all the sand to create all this glass for this guardian farm. So this is pretty awesome, pretty happy little session there. Now I do have an update for you guys around this guardian farm progress. You can see this main hallway here has changed. I've removed all the quartz in the flooring. I think it looks a little bit nicer, just a little bit tidier. So happy with that result. I've also made a small change at the end here. I'm probably going to put a fish tank there. So yeah, I think that will be a nice look. Coming down this direction, we've got all the chests installed. I've got most of this now up and running for the enchantment area. And this is all ready to go as well. I've removed the blocks that are holding these guardian spacks, but I haven't still put down the water stream up in the main collection area. So the spawn rates or the drop rates down into here is still pretty low, but that's okay. Small things we can do. And if you're wondering about if I'm killing these guys and getting knocked back, so here I have to crouch to get in here, and then I swing and these guys will push me back. With having these trapdoors here, I can just put them up like this, and that will keep me in place. So pretty simple, and it works quite well. It's low tech, no pistons, no nothing. I could probably see if I could get a bit lower so it's easier to hit the guardians out the back there, but I think once we get the higher mob counts inside here, it won't be a problem. So it's a few hours later and I want to show you guys the progress. I think this farm is coming along quite nicely. Let's come on down and check it out. So here we go. As we come on through, you can see we've got our fish tank now installed. It's nice and clean. I made it a little bit darker in there. I like the darker tones of the fish tank. Got some fish in there as well. I tried to get a dolphin, but it wasn't going to work out, so I've just got some fish in there. So I think that's pretty cool. Got some extra banners now. I really like this banner design. I just did a quick search for a Guardian style banner. This is what I found, so I've crafted these up. So that's pretty awesome. And then as we come on down here, I do like how it's nice and dark as you come on down. That's just a nice transition. I'm using these banners around here as well. You can see we've got all the Guardians now flowing in. I do have the water now placed in that main channel up above, so all the guardians now filtering down into here. This is all now tidied up, and I've been enchanting, repairing, doing all that wonderful stuff. I've already got quite a lot of drops on the go, so it's pretty fast really. So happy with that, and I've also got this little sneaky spot here for some extra storage and crafting. So overall, pretty happy with the result. I've got my Guardian Slayer sword here. So this is how I've been killing these guys. And I can just swing away and then get all my XP and get the drops as well. So this works quite nicely for us. And I'm very happy with the result. You have to let me know what you think. And I've also got this button here. This is where I've just put in a couple of dispensers through this drop here where it dispenses lava. So if I turn this on, that means that the guardians will fall through lava and then they'll basically kill themselves. They are killing themselves here mainly through entity cramming, but by having them on fire at least means I get some cooked cod as well. So I've got this option to toggle this on or off, but I don't really need it. I've got fire aspect on this Guardian Slayer sword, which means I get the cooked cod anyway. So this works quite nicely for us, and I'm going to do a bit more enchanting now. Let's see if we can get some of these decent armor pieces pulled together, and then hopefully we can try and hunt down some extra mob heads. I did manage to fully craft a cheaty set of armor just before it started to thunder, so we are wearing it, and I do want to test out how much damage I can take here without really risking my life. So let's just see how we get on here. We've got quite a few of these guys now around. Let's see if we can get up a bit closer. I've already got one of the mob heads here doing a bit of damage to my landscape, but that's alright. Let's see if we can run away from one of these guys. Now, this should be close enough. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Do I take much damage? Not a lot. We should be getting a creeper head in here. Or not. Okay, there's another one. Nice. So yeah, I'm going to go around and try this. I'm not going to use this armor, I don't think, all the time. It's just too overpowered. But if you want mob heads, this is probably a good way to go about doing that. Let me see. Let's get ourselves another skeleton, maybe. Let's get up a bit closer to this guy. And there we go. So we don't take too much damage. And you can see we should be getting mob heads quite easily now. So I'm not exactly sure what I'll do with all these mob heads. I think they look pretty cool on the outside of the portal here. I guess I could use them for banner designs or just for decoration. This actually makes this look like some kind of battle portal or something like that you don't want to go through, because here's all my past victories, I guess, on display. And I'll be curious to hear what you guys do with your own mob heads. Do you use them for decoration? And if so, how do you use them for decoration? I'll be curious to see what kind of designs you guys have. As for this guardian area, I'm pretty happy the way it has turned out. It was a bit of a grindy episode. I didn't probably show as much on camera for this one, but it did take quite a while to pull it all together. In fact, what do we have over here? Here we go. You're coming out to say hello as well. That's pretty cool of you. Wonder what trades you got. Whoa, we're going to die in here, aren't we? Okay, I need to get out of here ASAP. Or not. Let's go down and see what this wandering trader has for offer. After that distraction, hopefully you've got something decent. Pretty standard kind of trades, but nothing I really want here. Alright, I'll leave you to yourself there. So I'm going to head out in this direction. We will have a village out here somewhere because I got the Illager patrol. So I'm curious to see how far away the village will be. Got this nice landscape here. This is all new terrain, so we should be getting all the new villages out here. Okay, here we go. That wasn't too far. Alright, let's see what's going on here. We've got a reasonable sized village. What's it? Noon, is it? No, it's almost bedtime. Okay. Let's see what these guys are doing. They're just hanging out. Got another librarian here. What are you offering for trade? Anything decent? Fire protection. Okay. Oh, these guys are living large out. The ocean views. That's a nice area, really. So as this village isn't too far away from our guardian farm, I'm going to borrow a couple of these villages and transport them over towards that farm, and then create myself a villager breeder. I think getting the books that I need from trading is going to be a lot faster than enchanting. I've gone through so much lapis and time trying to get the books that I need for my armor, and it was just taking far too long. So I think using the villages for trading is going to be a much faster option, and it will at least give us a more reliable way to get the books that I need, rather than just rolling the dice with the enchanting table. So I'm going to put in a track here. It's pretty much a direct line from here all the way to that guardian farm. And somewhere along the line there, I will stop to breed these guys up, and then we'll be able to make them into librarians, then hopefully create some kind of trading hall for these guys. So I'm going to focus on this. I've got quite a few rails, so this will get us close. I'm not sure how far, but we'll see, and then we'll start the breeding process. Our villager breeder is now up and running. We've got one adult out of one of the babies. We've already got a couple of the babies here. Looks like we might be getting another baby just now. Let's see a bit of hard actions. Maybe not. Are they both willing? They might be both willing. Let's wait and see. Are we going to get another baby here? Oh, I think there's a baby. Is there a baby there? Yeah, there is. Okay, cool. So this is up and running. I have hidden some beds underneath the dirt here just to keep it nice and clean. And that should also allow these villagers to continuously breed. And because we are so close to the Guardian farm, I did measure it though, so this is over 100 blocks. So we should be able to transport these guys pretty easily now over to that Guardian farm. And I am starting to put in a rail network for that. So we'll just tunnel underneath the water here. I have to go quite low because it is a deep ocean, so there isn't a whole lot of dirt between bedrock and the ocean here. So we'll have to dig our way across. And then I think we'll convert them into a librarian once we're over there. There's no point really converting them here. And then we can try and get the book trades that we want. So I've got my regular player skin back now, and that's pretty awesome, so we can play this game in style again. And with all the commotion, I guess we've also attracted the attention of the wandering trader, because he's come over to check out what's going on. How you going, buddy? But we are going to leave the episode here. It's going to take a bit of time to dig this tunnel all the way across to the Guardian farm, so I'm going to do that in between episodes. And then I think we'll work on the trading hall in the next one. So I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.